Let me begin by thanking all of you for having me here today. I'm honored to address the annual luncheon of the New Orleans Black Chamber of Commerce. Each one of the Chamber's officers and members gives so much to the community, and really I just wanted to say thank you for all that you do. It's clear that our African-American businesses are always and always will be a great pillar of opportunity and promise for the city of New Orleans. You're the ones who are creating the jobs, building the wealth. It's you that's helping build the community and strengthen our neighborhoods. It's you that's supporting NORD. It's you that's supporting NOLA for Life. Your leadership in New Orleans is what counts. But I know that it has not always been easy for us. Indeed, during the last 4 years, together we have chosen to take the most difficult path. And that pathway is always the pathway of change. But I think it's fair to say that now the city is on the right path. We're on a roll, but we must face all of our challenges head on. Our mission together should be to make New Orleans a city of opportunity, a city that's safe, with a thriving and growing middle class where no one is left behind. I know it's possible because we've accomplished so much together, but as I've said, we still have a very long way to go. To get there, I need your help. I need your leadership. We have to stay united as we continue to move forward towards 2018, toward our 300th anniversary as a people and as a city. So here's the question. When we reach that moment 4 years from now, what will we have accomplished together? What will we have done to build a strong foundation for the future so that a child born today can thrive and realize opportunities that only you and I could only dream of? Your city needs you, and each and every one of you has a part to play. When I look around this room, what I see is a room of exceptional leaders who have already answered the call to serve. Octave Francis, Toddy, as he is known to those who love him, is an outstanding chair of your chamber and is one of our appointments to the aviation board. He's helping us build a new airport. Todd's best known as a terrifically savvy investor and the CEO of FFC Capital, but what really sets him apart is his big heart, his energy, his commitment to New Orleans. And Todd, I feel lucky to have you as a friend and as a member of the aviation board leading us forward. Thank you very much for the work that you're doing. I look around the room and I see Toni Hackett-Antrim, a New Orleans businesswoman and a pillar of the community. She's helped me on the toughest issues as an appointment to the New Orleans Redevelopment Authority. She serves on the Board of City Trust. She's co-chair of the Mayor's Tax Fairness Commission. She knows public finance better than anyone, and I'm honored to call her my friend and my colleague, but I'm also glad to announce today that Toni has agreed to do even more. As you know, the Housing Authority of New Orleans is coming out of receivership, and soon this key agency will again be under local control, and Toni's agreed to be a founding member of the new Hano Advisory Board. Toni, thank you for your commitment to the people of the city. There's no better partner that Toni can have to lead this new agency other than a West Point grad with a degree from Tulane School of Business, the owner of Royal Engineers and Consultants, and today's recipient, your recipient of the Black Chamber's Beacon Award, Mr. Dwayne Burnell. Dwayne, although he tries to keep a low profile, he's always there for the people of the city, whether it's midnight basketball, fixing up the neighborhoods at NOLA for Life days, or otherwise doing whatever he can to help New Orleans as an appointment to the French Market Corporation, the NOLA Business Alliance, and now the Hano Advisory Board. Dwayne, Toni, Todd, thank you again for your incredible leadership. In the last 4 years, people in this room have led the way for the rest of us. It's you, in fact, who have responded to the call and who are doing the hard work for the city. It's Cheryl Teamer, the first female chair of the Aviation Board, who's helping to build a new airport. In fact, she's at a meeting right now. It's our chairman, Mr. Ray Manning, who's with us today, providing key leadership at the Sewage and Water Board as chair, helping to execute multi-billion-dollar infrastructure improvement plans. Add those sewage and waterboard repairs to the other $1 billion hitting the ground right now. New streets, new playgrounds, police and fire stations. If you go to St. Claude Avenue right now, you can see a fire station, a community center, and a police station right down the street coming out of the ground as we speak. Parks and libraries. It's now clear that after years of deferred maintenance, New Orleans is finally getting the building blitz that we so desperately need. And it's great business leaders and entrepreneurs like Mr. Dwayne Boudreaux, who struggled for years after Katrina to reopen his Circle food stores in the 7th Ward. And while others talked, he did. Dwayne put his head down. He put together $7 million in funding, and the city helped close the gap with $1 million from the Fresh Foods Retailer Initiative. Now the Circle food store is back, and it's a beautiful thing. You can go there and get your 4 green peppers for your $1. And Dwayne is a great example because he put his own money where his mouth was. And with the help from the people of New Orleans, he delivered. Dwayne is here today with his wonderful wife, Antoinette. Dwayne and Antoinette, thank you guys so much. It's a great anchor for the city of New Orleans. Mr. Brunel Colton is another example. He's here with his mother. I just had the great opportunity to meet her. He didn't have big money. He didn't have a big name, but he made it happen. He converted a blighted property into an ongoing business, and just last week he had his grand opening for Galvez Goodies, a great new sweet shop in the historic Lower 9. Dwayne and Brunel, they're doing the work, building a strong foundation for the future. Thank you guys so much. Or it could be Mr. Henry Coxon, who's one of our great business leaders today and a leader with McDonald's. But that's not enough. Henry dedicated his time to the city in the last 4 years and helped create the NOLA Business Alliance and Prosperity NOLA, a 5-year plan to grow jobs into the future. Under his leadership as the Business Alliance's first board chair, in 4 short years, we have recreated a city hall that has now become a catalyst for growth. 4 years, 7,300 new jobs, and an unprecedented retail boom that is touching every part of the city. Walmart's in New Orleans East and Gentilly, Costco in Carrollton, Mid-City Market, Algiers Plaza, H&M, the Outlet Collection at the Riverwalk. Business is booming, and that means jobs for all of our people. Earlier this month, 4,200 people attended a job fair to apply for 1,600 new jobs coming to the Riverwalk. 175 of our fellow citizens were hired on the spot that day. Plus, the new Job One Walmart Hiring Center is blowing and going to find people to fill 600 new positions as we speak. There are going to be big-time opportunities at the University Medical Center, the VA, the Methodist Hospital, hundreds of jobs for doctors, administrators, and technicians. And let's not forget about the brand-new airport, which will be a crucial economic driver for our engine, just like it was for Mayor Maynard Jackson and the city of Atlanta many, many years ago. In the next 4 years alone, 13,000 new jobs, all kinds of jobs, from top to bottom. Jobs for our city: plumbers, electricians, carpenters, financial advisors, lawyers, doctors, millions more. In sewage and water investments will create thousands of new jobs, and with our job training efforts, like our new program at Delgado for water management jobs, we will cement pathways to prosperity for anyone who's willing to work hard, put themselves on the line, and do the right thing. Plus, world business leaders like GE Capital continue to move here. That, coupled with the business at the airport, the port, a film industry with nearly $500 million and an annual book of business, new opportunities in tech, and growing tourism base, 9 million visitors last year. The old adage is true now for you in New Orleans. Success will breed success, and that means more jobs and opportunity and hope for all of us. This, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, I'll take that. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the fruit of, as I have said, our labors. And it's you in this room who are tending to the garden. It's the former and current RTA board chairs, Barbara Major and Sal Longoria, who, along with RTA CEO Justin Augustine and his team here, that drove the streetcar line down Loyola Avenue that you could walk out of that door and see. They helped save the Algiers ferry, and they found a way to expand bus service. With their help, all of us are thinking big. Soon another RTA streetcar will move up Rampart Street from Canal, and it's all part of a nearly $3 billion public-private redevelopment of Iberville and Treme neighborhoods. With the help from Barbara, Sal, Justin, and their team, it's all coming together for that neighborhood. Think about it. The new Hano housing at Lafitte and Iberville. The Treme Center, which is completed. Armstrong Park, which is reopened. Circle Foods, which is serving people of the city. Craig Elementary, which is now renovated and teaching our kids. The University Medical Center and VA that are coming out of the ground as we speak. And last month, we broke ground on the Lafitte Greenway. 2.6 miles from Congo Square to the Bayou, a beautiful linear park, bike path with recreational and retail development that will follow, and it is going to be beautiful. If you want to know how beautiful it's going to be, just walk down the river to Crescent Park if you want to see another example of world-class public space that we're building. And here again, we have leaders that are amongst you as we speak. The French Market Corporation has agreed to manage this new outstanding public space on the river, and its French Market Board Director, Dimitri Mercadel, has been leading that effort, all in partnership with the Downtown Development District that is being led by Char Carter, and Jade Russell is here with him, who served on that board. Other examples of leadership coming from this room. Not only are you at the table, you are the ones who are making things happen. 4 years ago, I made a pledge to fight blight that was choking the life out of our neighborhoods. The New Orleans Redevelopment Authority, with their board chair, James Singleton, and our outstanding executive director, Jeff Hebert, have played a part in these efforts. The results speak for themselves. We went from having the worst blighted housing problem in America to tearing down or fixing up blight faster than anywhere else. 4 years, we've reduced 10,000 blighted units, and we have many, many more to go. But it's not about just bulldozing and demo. It's about bringing property back into commerce and giving Americans a chance. So now, the $52 million Soft Second program is fighting blight and helping hundreds of families realize the American dream and building generational wealth through home ownership. A major player in this effort has been Mr. Fred Johnson, CEO of the Neighborhood Development Foundation. Fred helps us with the first-time Soft Second home buyers. He helps them navigate the complex home buying process. Through it all, Fred is there, reviewing credit card applications, talking about maintenance costs, giving advice about what it looks like to get into a house. Our team, led by Deputy Mayor Cedric Grant, Brian Lawler, and 5 fantastic city employees that have collectively worked for the city for over 100 years, have created the result of giving 600 New Orleanians the opportunity to now own a piece of the American future, all because of the Soft Second programs, and they've been given a national award for that. So Cedric and Brian and Fred and all of the folks from City Hall, thank you so much for the work that you guys have done. But it's in New Orleans East, throughout the Reed Boulevard corridor, that steadfast leadership of those gathered here today truly comes to the fore. The $173 million Methodist Hospital is scheduled to open this summer. But it wouldn't have happened without the blood, sweat, and tears of the Hospital Service District and their board chair, Ronnie Burns, and the rest of the board members that are here together. We have with us our new executive director, Mario Garner, and right now they're in the process of hiring 120 doctors, nurses, administrators that had worked there before that left, that have now come back to rebuild the city. And just up the road, as if that were not enough, from the new Methodist Hospital is Joe Brown Park, which in just the last few years has enjoyed the benefits of a public-private partnership, creating a $30 million renaissance. If you haven't been there, please go. It has a new pool, it has a new track, it has a new gym, it has new football fields and new tennis courts, new walking paths and playing fields, and it's about to get an infusion from the Audubon Institute for the Nature Center. It will be second to none in the entire Gulf South portion of the United States of America. And we have people like our commission board chair of NORD, Roy Glapion, and NORD director Vic Richards, who have poured their heart and soul into the park, helping to doggedly pursue extra money from Nike and the Sugar Bowl so that our kids, the kids of New Orleans, can have the best of the best and not take second fiddle to anyone. Not from Atlanta, not from Houston, not from New York, not from Chicago. It is one of the best parks right now in the United States of America. And also on Reed Boulevard, nearly $8 million at the New Orleans Library that has been built, one of the 5 new libraries citywide that New Orleans Library Board Chair, Mr. Bunny Charbonnet, and Executive Director Charles Brown helped make happen. Again, leadership from the African American community. Thank you very much. Tell them thanks. Just a few short years ago, none of these projects in the East were moving forward, and it's because of the leadership of this room that it's happening. Also, in the last 4 years, with the help from many business leaders here today, we ramped up the Job One Summer Employment Program. Since taking office, we've doubled the number of summer jobs for our kids and rapidly expanded the number of job sites. Plus, we have now built one-stop shop for permitting, which has cut permitting processing times by 30%. In some cases, paperwork that used to take days to process between departments now takes minutes. In fact, we now process permits faster than any other government in the region. We're getting better. I want to thank all of you in the room today for working with us to create and continuously improve One-Stop Shop. I can tell you one thing, City Hall wants to be an impact. We want to get out of your way so that you can build wealth for yourselves and your families. Our entrepreneurs, our small business leaders told us they needed capital to expand and training to make the most out of every dollar. And so we got to work in creating exactly that. In the last 4 years, we secured new capital funding and support, over $20 million in small business loans and business trainings from our partnership with the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. 270 small businesses from New Orleans have participated in this program. Nearly half have created jobs, and about 2/3 have seen an increase in their revenue. Think about that. That's a big deal. On top of that, with our partnership with Nucor, the Small Business Assistance Fund has made nearly $2 million in low-interest loans available to local small business people like Derek Tabb with Roots of Music, who's with us today. Derek, where are you? Stand up so they can see you. This guy's a champion. Plus, thank you. Now we've launched a big new partnership between the city, Essence Fest, and Chevron. It's called PowerMoves.NOLA, which seeks to create new opportunities for minority entrepreneurs looking to start or expand a new business. And I'm happy to see some of our small business leaders here with us today. Let me introduce you to a couple of them. There is Nathaniel Scales. This young man has built a landscaping company, Garden Doctors, into a great success. He shows us what's possible when talent and dedication meet opportunity, new funding, and training. There's Spears Consulting, found in Cleveland. Spears, another participant in Goldman's 10,000 small business programs. Besides being a savvy businessman, Cleveland's committed to making New Orleans a great place to live and to do business. There's Kendall Washington. His business was destroyed by Katrina, but this young man didn't let up. He just kept going. He kept working, and when Goldman Sachs came knocking, he jumped at that opportunity and seized the moment. Today, his business, Safe Spot Pest Control, is back and better than ever. And then finally, the St. Aug grads, John and Jamar Renthrope and Adam Dawson, who started Cajun Fire and Brewing Company. This team is on the cusp of something big, and last month they beat out people from all over the place and other startups to win $50,000 at Entrepreneur's Big Idea Contest. Would you please welcome and thank them for being the anchor for the future of New Orleans? Thank you all very much. So each dog, I'm from Jesuit, so I got to. These are remarkable stories. New Orleans is a city of opportunity, and we are on the cusp of creating a thriving middle class. But, ladies and gentlemen, our success is not a fait accompli. It is not assured. You have to earn it every day. And please believe me, we still have a lot of work to do. From the rich soil of New Orleans comes our great prides, our people, our close-knit neighborhoods, our families, our second lines, our cooking, our music, our festival. But from this same fertile ground, from this same remarkable place, grows a poisonous fruit, and that is the fruit of violence. No one in New Orleans should have to live in fear. Without safety, there is no freedom. The fight against crime and murder on the streets of New Orleans must be our top priority. Together, in the last 4 years, we have run towards the fire and taken on this toughest issue. In 2010, New Orleans was America's murder capital. That's not true anymore. In 2013, murder hit a historic, nearly 30-year low. But now we need to make New Orleans a murder-free city, as Pastor Antoine Barrier says, and we can do this. Already this year, murder is down 25% compared to last year. Last year, it's down 48% compared to the year before. And I want to give many thanks to all of our criminal justice partners. Our DA is here. Many thanks to our outstanding attorney and the U.S. Attorney in the Eastern District, Kenneth Polite, our Urban League Director, Erica McConduit-Diggs, Hyatt Regency Manager, Michael Smith, and all of you who have supported NOLA for Life. But let me say this, on our best day, and we're having it today, we are still worse than almost everybody in the country. And this is a national problem that requires an immediate national response, and we will keep at this until every young man in the city of New Orleans can walk safely on the streets of our city. Together, all of the people that I've talked about added their voices to the chorus who have basically said, enough violence is enough. The killing has got to stop. We have to demand that we stop the shooting. We have to stop the murder. We have to stop the killing of men, women, and children. We have to stop what I consider to be madness. We have to focus on prevention. We have to focus on creating jobs and building better schools. We have to focus on forming stronger communities. And we must especially focus on connecting our young African-American men to new opportunities. Because without safety, there is no freedom. And without opportunity, there is no life. This is our calling, and it will be the primary mission of my second term. We cannot leave anybody behind, or we will not be one city. And the truth is that right now, many of our fellow citizens are struggling. It is shocking that 52% of African-American men in this city are not working. This is unacceptable. We cannot stop until we fix this problem. Too many people just are not included in this circle of prosperity, and we can't just talk a big game about expanding opportunities. We need to back up the talk with action. So here's what we have been doing. Earlier this month, we introduced a package of reforms to make City of New Orleans a great place to work. Among the changes are several civil service rules changes that are going to help improve the hiring and evaluation process, increase training opportunities, and allow managers more flexibility in giving performance-based promotions. But a core component of the initiative is increasing the minimum wage for city employees to $10.10, which I did by executive order. That move is going to affect nearly 200 employees. I'm committed to paying our working public employees a living wage so they can have a paycheck that supports their families and provides more economic support. That, ladies and gentlemen, is done. Furthermore, to reduce barriers to employment, we've worked on re-entry programs so that those previously incarcerated can get jobs. And at City Hall, we have taken the lead on this issue, and we have done something called banning the box, so that those previously incarcerated actually get a fair shot at a job before they interview. Many here with us have already provided great leadership on this issue, and today I'm asking all of the business owners in this room to ban the box at your businesses as well, where a job applicant must list their criminal record. Allow the formerly incarcerated to at least get their foot in the door, to at least get a shot before they have to explain their past. It's simple, and it's something that each of you can do to contribute to the success of these individuals. We're not just talking the talk, we're walking the walk to expand opportunities for everybody in New Orleans. Here's what we're doing to create opportunities for DBE firms. First of all, when I came into office in 2010, the DBE program was not only broken, but it had been abandoned. And lots of folks in this city didn't even really understand why it was important to have one. I believe that an ambitious DBE goal for the city contract is a must. In fact, an effective city DBE program is the cornerstone of my strategy to build local minority-owned businesses and to strengthen the middle class. So one of the first things I did after coming into office was completely reform the contracting process for the city and our boards and commissions. With a stroke of a pen, we leveled the playing field. Now contracts are awarded based on what you know, not who you know, and everybody gets a fair shot. We expanded the Office of Supplier Diversity from 1 to 6 staffers, and with the City Council and in partnership with groups like the Collaborative and community leaders like Barbara Major, we passed an ordinance that toughened DBE compliance laws for city contractors. Now, what I want to do is institutionalize all this work, and I will make permanent all of our DB contracting reforms by enshrining them in the city charter. We are ready to move this forward. These reforms are getting results. we're seeing some remarkable success. In 4 years, we've increased the number of certified DBEs eligible for city work by 70%. In 4 years, $450 million in DBE contracts have been awarded by the city, the Sewage and Water Board, the RTA, and the airport. Big-time contracts that you see coming out of the ground have significant, at least 35% DBE participation in them. Joe Brown Park, West End Park, Gallia Hall repairs, Cedar Hubble Library, the Milne Boys Home that is just really looking great, the new Juvenile Justice Center that you can see right across the bayou, Costco infrastructure improvements, Gurn and Brown Community Center, Lafitte Greenway, the Methodist Hospital. All of these projects have been part of this effort. Ronnie Burns is doing great work out at the airport as a prime. Glenda McKinley with GMAC and Company. Advertising is also a prime in the city of New Orleans, and the beneficiary of breaking down big contracts into small contracts so that small businesses can compete. And then Larry Oney, who's with us today, is also working as a prime, not only at the city, but the RTA, and has used his prime status in New Orleans to leverage work all across the United States of America and is helping the Northeast rebuild after Sandy. Larry, thank you so much for all of the work that you do. I.M. Tucker is also another prime and doing great work for the city. And I know that we have Jimmy Woods and Alvin Richards, who are here, that have some of the biggest contracts in the city and help keeping the city clean every day. I want to tell you that the opportunity is real. And the opportunity is now, so we need to spread the word. Get certified as a city contractor qualified to do DBE work. Get partners. Expand your capacity and improve your chances of winning bids. Get competitive. We're looking for the best and the brightest with all the outstanding business people you've got to bring in to win a contract in this town. You can make it happen. We're also committed to expanding our work with DBE compliance and holding major contractors accountable for following the law. Now, staff from our Office of Supply Diversity conduct site visits on active city projects. That work in the field, along with new reporting requirements, help the city better monitor contractors. In fact, I just granted the Office of Supply Diversity unprecedented power over the city's departmental payment system. Now they can verify payments made by the city to prime contractors, thus enable us to better enforce prompt payments to DBEs in accordance with the law so that small businesses are not waiting to get paid. But it's not all about enforcement. We want to make it easy for DBEs to bid for city work and open up the process to everybody. So we improved our website, and in the coming years, we're going to see our staff of Office of Supply Diversity all over the place at outreach sessions and training workshops. Indeed, just last week, over 100 DBE contractors came to the pre-proposal conference for airport construction projects, and it was, if you were there, a great event. I strongly encourage all of you to take advantage of the upcoming networking events and the training session that's going to be held. Another thing we've really worked hard to do is ensure that local residents are the ones that take advantage of the new opportunities in our city. Our partnership with Costco is a great example of what we're doing. We wanted Costco to hire from the areas of Gertown and Hollygrove that surround the store. So Job One hosted public meetings about the new jobs, and over 600 local residents showed up to apply. Job One even set up mobile recruitment units in the neighborhood, and Job One career centers will open up to the Costco recruitment process. Now everyone is a winner. 65% of the folks working in Costco are New Orleans residents. Costco found terrific, friendly workers who will call you baby when you walk in the door. And all of that tax revenue stays right here in the city. But this is only the beginning. We need to make sure that all of our retail businesses are hiring local. So to this end, just last month we announced a new partnership with Walmart to help facilitate the hiring of local residents at the new stores in Gentilly and in New Orleans East. I always say, quote, the people of New Orleans will be the ones to rebuild New Orleans. And this is what I'm talking about. And my entire team at City Hall is ready to work with you to take all of this to the next level. And I brought some of them here with me today. We have with us Deputy Mayor and Chief of Staff Judy Reese-Morris, along with Deputy Mayor of Infrastructure Cedric Grant, the Senior Advisor for Economic Development, Amy Quirk, our Health Commissioner, Charlotte Parent, the Deputy Director of the Office of Supply and Diversity, Arkebia Matthews, Director of Job One, Nadia Coleman, the terrific CEO of NOLA Business Alliance, Rod Miller, NORA Executive Director, Jeff Hebert, the Director of the Bloomberg Innovation Delivery Team, Charles West, the Director of Livable Communities Initiative, Ashley Gardier, the new head of the City Planning Commission, Bob Rivers, Director of Place-Based Development, Bill Gilchrist, and Vic Richard, who has done a great job as head of NORA. Will all of you guys stand up so they can see you? And thank you for the work that you all have done. I very often say that New Orleans' great strength is in her diversity. And that diversity is well represented not only in City Hall but on all of our boards and commission, and the outstanding business and community leaders who have been working so hard together in this city. Our diversity is our strength. It is the work of this big team, the work of so many, and so many of you that have made all of what I just talked about possible. And I hope that you've got some gas left in your tank, because we are in an essential moment where the road diverges from what has been to what can be. We in New Orleans, you see, are at a crossroads. It is in these seasons of change where we must make a choice. We can keep going, or we can turn back. If it wasn't already clear, let me say it here and now. New Orleans is moving forward. We're not going back. Make no mistake about it, during the last 4 years, we have purposefully chosen the most difficult path, the path of change. Change is hard, but as Sam Cooke said, change is going to come. I think we're on the right path. Now, I think New Orleans is on a roll, but I have to tell you that there are major challenges that we must take on. My mission is for the city of New Orleans to be a city of opportunity, a safe city with a thriving and growing middle class where everybody has an opportunity. And to get there, I need your leadership. I need your ideas. I need your engagement. I need your service. We must, as a city, stay united and continue to move forward towards 2018, forward towards our 300th anniversary as a people and as a city. I am really excited about what comes next, but I need your help to do it. So I came here today to ask you to once again answer the call for service. Answer the call and give time and support to NOLA for Life and to initiatives like Ban the Box. Answer the call, and this summer hire one or more of the 2,000 local young people who are participating in our Youth Work Summer Jobs program. You'll not only get an enthusiastic employee, but also opportunity to help mold the next generation of workers and of entrepreneurs. Answer the call. Let's work together. Let's focus on the toughest problems, because so many of you have answered the call of service. Today, New Orleans is strong. It's resting on a core bedrock of our unique culture, our diversity, and above all, our uncompromising optimism and belief in God, in ourselves, and in our future. So I come to you today to thank you and to ask you to answer the call. Today, your city, New Orleans, is on a roll. Let's keep rolling. Let's press on. Thank you, and God bless you all.